Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building. That's right.
The best show for Chicago.
That's right.
Sports.
That's right. Oh, I'm on one this morning, JC.
Oh, let's get it.
Oh, I'm on one this morning, JC.
Let's get it.
The Chicago Bears do the improbable, do the impossible. They build an offense. I'm playing. The Chicago Bears go out and win a game versus the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, don't cry. Don't cry.
In which the Bengals put up 470 passing yards. Dang you, Joe Flacco.
That's crazy.
Caleb Williams leads you down and helps you get a victory that seemed like somehow the Bears would pull from the jaws of defeat. We got to talk about Caleb. We got to talk about Ben. And we got to talk about additions. Ladies and gentlemen, the date is 11/3/2025. 7:13 in the morning. And I want y'all to look around and tell a hater, you already know what I was thinking. All that more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Can't say it on this show. My mother watches.
Oh, so does mine. So does mine.
Hello, Mrs. Clemens. How are
Hello.
you this morning?
Oh boy.
Did you answer for her? Did you hello for her?
Hello.
Oh, Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. If you ain't hitting the button on this stream, man, you just a hater. JC, you had the reaction of all time yesterday to
Did you see my
and
message?
I think of every Bears fan ever
Oh my God.
to what happened in that game yesterday. I thought it was epic. I thought it was on point. I thought it was literally par for every course that the Bears have right now. Listen, I'll start with you. What'd you see yesterday? What in that game had you sitting there, hands on head, in full disbelief at what you had just saw?
Bro, first of all, I don't even know if you knew the situation in the studio at the time. The TV went out when they scored, when the Cincinnati Bengals scored. And Joe was just scrambling to try to get the connection. So we all were on our phones watching it. And then P Kid and Joel were sharing their phone. They were 15 seconds ahead of us. So me and Drew were responding to what they were doing. And then we saw it like 15 seconds later. It was just a whole bunch of chaos. But my God, it was beautiful chaos. It was a beautiful dog. Okay. The Bears came out with the W. That's all that matters. Ben Johnson said as much. He said, you know what? Do not feel sorry for a victory. I don't care how you get it. You got it done. Now, of course, it should have been easier than that when we were up 41-27 with about 2 minutes and some change to go. I don't know what in the world happened where Joe Flacco took some sort of super soldier serum and the Bears defense just went to sleep. But we got a dub. The biggest thing that I saw is that you utilize your draft picks. Cal Monongai and Colston Loveland. When Cole Kmet went out, Colston Loveland took over this game. And that's exactly what we wanted to see. We were wondering when were we going to have the Colston Loveland breakout game. And you saw it time and time again. He was reliable, whether it was the mid-range pass, whether it was across the middle of the field. and the long passes, that last, oh my goodness, play to get us in field goal position. Then he did some whirling dervish off of the defender to get free to run into the end zone. That was completely epic. Lost my mind. But I guess the theme of this game is the offense showed up. The offense carried the day, and that's exactly what we haven't seen this entire year. It's usually been back and forth. The defense has its moments. The offense has its moments. Well, clearly the offense won us the game because the other phases of the game, they just weren't working. And I know we'll get into the negatives in a sense of the game, but I was very happy with, again, this team finding a way to win. That has been the theme of this year, is that when we're in close games, as Ben Johnson said, we find a way to win. These are games that we found a way to lose in years past with other coaching staffs. We found a way to lose these type of games, and you thought you saw it happening again, but somehow, some way, the magic, the football gods gave us another W, and you love to see
it. Here's my thing that I saw yesterday, JC. I saw a young man in Caleb Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Prove to the world why you take him number one. By the way, yet again, Caleb Williams now tied for second since he's been drafted in 2024, last season.
Talk about it.
Among fourth quarter comebacks with 5. Now, is it perfect? Is there, is it a problem that there's a reason that you got to come back in the fourth quarter? Yeah, you're rebuilding. You're not rebuilding. You're learning an entirely new system on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
You're banged up. You're dealing with injuries. You needed your quarterback to show up in a moment where you knew in a game that it was going to be a shootout, and he did that. And not only did he do that, but he helped you go down there and he put up the biggest play of that game in the biggest moment that you needed it. Caleb Williams proved why you needed to draft him number 1 overall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but it was versus the Bengals defense and it's that's what he's supposed to do. Sure. It was versus the Cowboys. It was versus the Saints. It was versus the Raiders. It was versus, it's still coming.
Man, yeah, exactly.
Don't clip that up. We'll send that to Joel.
Not ready.
You have a quarterback that in the fourth quarter, you could put the ball in his hands and rely on him. Oh, by the way, you might have found your answer in the running game. We got to talk about this game as a whole, but I want y'all to look around. All them people that was screaming at you last week, Caleb isn't the answer. He's not this. They back in their hole. They done went back in their hole. They went back under the rock that they live under. They don't come out in the daylight when he have these games. They got nothing to say when he has these games.
They vampire.
They not in the chat. Y'all see anybody in the chat sitting here talking about, oh, Caleb ain't the answer. Caleb, how could you believe in Caleb? I don't see y'all in the chat. Stop letting these people act like they real Bears fans that's going to stand 10 toes down on their statements. They pop up the second he has a bad game. And oh, by the way, you want to know on top of all of that, where we're at right now passing offense-wise? 10th in the NFL. You got a top 10 passing offense with a quarterback that's still trying to figure it out. I'm not saying Caleb was perfect.
Hello.
My statement the entire time has been that this young man is learning the system, figuring it out, and developing. That don't mean it's going to be up, 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 up. This ain't freaking Madden. You don't get to put it on easy mode. It's the NFL. But sitting here trying to get Caleb Williams to match their Madden stats. Because they sitting here playing it on the lowest mode. Oh, I'm a Madden player. No, you ain't. You're getting clapped by the professionals to do that. Your record on Madden is like the Bengals record right now. Like, what are we talking about, dog? You got 900 games in and you've gotten no better. All the people calling for Tyson Bagent, all the people calling for Caleb Williams to be traded away, all the people screaming to bring back Justin.
Well, Tyson was perfect yesterday.
Where they at? Tyson threw a heck of a ball yesterday.
He was 1-for-1.
Hey, and again, there's no Tyson Bagent disrespect here either. I love Tyson. I want him on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. As a backup.
As a backup, sure. But look, you don't need him. Eventually, I guarantee you will need Tyson Bagent.
Yeah.
Look around at the people that surround you that was screaming last weekend. Caleb Williams ain't the answer. In a game where, listen, Caleb played okay. The decision-making was questionable. The numbers were fine. The efficiency was fine.
Mm-hmm.
The decision-making is some important moments. And you want to know what? What I need to see week in and week out is growth in those moments. You know what we saw last week? There was a point in last week's game where Caleb had an opportunity to, he was trying to throw the football away, doesn't end up throwing the football away, and it ends up being an intentional grounding penalty. You know what he did this week? He tried to throw it through the goalpost. When that same situation arose that he could have took them out of field goal range by getting an intentional grounding penalty, he said, my receivers are near the end zone. Ping.
Knocked him right at the goal. He double doinked it.
Like, I'm not saying Caleb's perfect. I'm saying he's learning. He's understanding. Last week, mistake he made, doesn't make it this week. That's growth in your quarterback.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that it doesn't come down with your Madden numbers and your Madden stats, and it's not as pretty as you would like it to be. But while he's learning and he's figuring things out, your football team is 5-3. That don't usually happen. Usually when you're learning and you're figuring it out, you're at the bottom of the barrel trying to scrape a few games across. So when all the mugs pop up in a couple of weeks, when Caleb probably has another bad game, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect again. Or he makes some mistake and, Caleb Williams, he's not the answer. I told you guys that where y'all be at whenever he have a good game. Y'all run back to whatever cave y'all living in, man. Stop playing with me, dog. I'm on one this morning.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Get hype. Hype me up, all right?
I don't like that. I don't like that. No, I'm not a fan. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm with you on just the over exaggeration of play to play, game to game, critiquing this quarterback. Look, we understand that's kind of comes with being the number one pick and the caveat of you're supposed to be this generational player, this superstar. Again, with any player, growth takes time. Incremental progress is what you want to see. The last 2 weeks, we already did criticize him for some of the things. He went without a touchdown the last 2 games and had 2 interceptions. That's not really like him usually. And so we did want to see progress. That is exactly what we saw this game. And so for everybody who's been making noise saying Caleb is a bust, Caleb is not going to live up to his potential, let's go get Justin Fields. Let's talk about Tyson Bagent. Let's talk about somebody else that we can bring in the building. Everybody needs time to grow. This is, again, and we said this every single week, and I think we're going to continue to say it. This is the Ben Johnson era, and we are now, 8 games in.
8 games
9
in.
weeks in, 8 games played. And you're complaining about the progress that this team has made with a winning record. We are almost at the top. We're in the hunt of the playoffs. We're almost at the top of our division, give or take a few games. And we're complaining about a quarterback that you see is improving. And when it comes to the clutch moments, I forget the stat, but yesterday he was dang near perfect when it came to when it was in the fourth quarter and was time to actually do what needed to be done. The lights are the brightest. The moment is the most stressed. Caleb delivered. Caleb does exactly what Caleb always usually does. He puts you in a position to win. It doesn't always look pretty. We know we don't always like seeing him scramble and, sometimes overlook the small pass or the easy pass or the short plays. We understand that. That's going to take time. That will get there. However, by the way, Caleb isn't the reason you gave up 42 points. 47 points should be well more than enough to usually
41.
win a game.
We were up 41-27,
I'm sorry,
JC.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, 41. It was 27-41. Mind you, I still don't believe that Tremaine Edmonds should have gotten called back for that touchdown.
No, that was insane. That was insane.
Chase Brown touched the fringes of his garment.
Who had eyes on the fringes of his garment?
Yeah, like, what are we doing here?
like he took some power from Jesus right quick.
Come on now.
Where was Chauncey Billups at? Do we have confirmation on where Chauncey Billups was at on that play, bro?
Somebody had money on this game.
Somebody had money on that game, bro. Where was Chauncey Billups at, bro? Which
is
crazy because the over had already hit.
Scoring way too much. But no, man, it just, again, the overall vibe, it's like, it seems like if you're a real Bears fan, I understand years before. I understand you have PTSD and that from week to week, it's like your heart is just has palpitations and you're like, oh, well, here we go again. And here we go again. And here we go. Oh, we got to replace this guy. We got to replace this guy. Give it time. This is a new era. This is a new culture. This is a new supposedly organization. They're doing things the right way. They're bringing in people that are making changes. CJ Gardner-Johnson, by the way, I want to give him kudos. In his first game,
such a good game in a day where the defense was so bad.
Very, very good game by him. Oh, by the way, I do want to make mention Austin Booker. Hey, Dennis Allen.
Hey, Bookie with the hoodie.
Dennis Allen.
Hey, Bookie
I need you to play Booker more. I need you to put Booker out there. Dayo Adangbo is losing you money right now. I need you to put Austin Booker out there. He proved himself. That's your boy, Pat. That's your boy. He's back on the map.
Hey, Bookie with the hoodie.
Bookie with the hookie. so again,
not with the hookie. Hold on, now that's freaky. Not a Bookie with the hookie. I said a Bookie with the hoodie.
Oh, hey,
whoa!
I gotta work. I see. This is why I didn't have my headphones on. I gotta have my headphones on. I gotta hear that. I'm sorry. I'm an old man, Pat.
I don't like it.
I love it. I love it. Everything again. Breaking down again. Just the stats. Cal Monungai, who already had a really good game when DeAndre Swift was playing. You saw when he was the bell cow back, when he was the number one back. He has the potential to be that guy. You saw some plays where it wasn't just him. He doesn't look like a backup. I'll just put it like that. There are times where you can see the vision, his cutback, his ability to kind of break away a little bit. And we were talking about it on the stream yesterday during the game. Me and Drew were saying, well, you know, you look at his draft combine, he ran a 4.6. I'm like, yeah, but it's different when it's game speed. Mm-hmm. You can tell he runs faster and he runs harder and that he has that burst. He may not have breakaway speed, but he has enough speed where it matters and you have to take account for where he is. Some of those runs that were very impressive. Obviously, the yards after the first tackle are very impressive. He moves forward when you hit him, more than likely. He has good vision. Obviously, he can see the holes, and there's a lot of acceleration there as well. And so I'm very impressed with Cal Monungai being a 7th round pick, but also being from the Big Ten. I think that's the what people are overlooking in him being possibly our guy going forward. If you're going to sit here and say maybe DeAndre sits out a few games, I was impressed with him the most out of the game.
Listen, to me, I feel like you've got a young man at the quarterback position who is proving on a consistent basis that he's somebody you could trust. JC, I don't know if you were like me. It was 50 seconds left, and I was like, my fear wasn't that Caleb was going to drive us down to get us to field goal range. My fear was that Cairo was going to miss it.
That was my fear.
That was all my fear was. It wasn't that we weren't. I was like, Caleb's going to get us in range. Mm-hmm. Caleb consistently finds ways to put us in positions to win. He's going to get us in range. Are we going to make the field goal? Was my biggest concern.
You know, kick it to the left.
Oh my God! It was. Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
Was that blocked? That's what we were debating.
It had to be. He's not that bad. He's not that bad. Now, from what I saw yesterday, and I don't know if you saw this, the kick that the Bengals kicker made as well. I'm assuming the wind was going crazy in there.
Oh, McPherson, he missed a 54-yarder.
Bro, it just died.
Yeah, it came up short. Yeah.
Oh, hold on now. I'm going down.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness. So I don't know what the wind situation was. Maybe the wind really was whipping left, but listen, he bad. He ain't that bad.
I get okay. All right.
I can't even say he's bad. He's actually incredibly accurate. And that was well within his range. That was 47. So I'm assuming that one was blocked. We'll get confirmation on that. But it is tough when you see that and you know you got somebody chomping at the bit behind you. I mean, like, that could be the replacement move there. Or it could just be, hey, special teams needs to improve.
Yeah.
Special teams was bad yesterday. So we still got to talk about all that, get into the rest of this game. I want to start it off really, really looking at the situation here with Caleb Williams. We got to talk about this offense as a whole. Of course, get into some of the defensive struggles that are there coming up. And I got an interesting stat on for everybody that was, bring Ben Johnson here. Just do what he did in Detroit. Do what he did in Detroit. We'll talk about how he's doing what he did in Detroit. Talk about all that and more coming up next. First, we do have to listen in to a word from our sponsors. And we'll be right back right after this. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https://aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we got merch. That's right. New website, new merch, all out. We've been telling you guys to pull up on us. Now you can at twcbreeze.com, where you can find out all of the latest stuff going on. What all can they find there, Super Producer?
Listen, you can join the nation, sign up to our mailing list, and be up to date for events and news. You can also visit the shop page and order merch, because we have t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we got hats, we got all kind of stuff. So, hey, we appreciate you being tuned in with us. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on all our socials. Check us out at twcbreeze.com.
He's way too excited.
I am.
Shout out to Rod the Magnificent. Caleb Haters don't have any more merch.
Shout out Rod. He be cracking me up.
Well
He be
done,
posting
Rod.
stuff.
Well done.
That's
That
my
was
dude.
funny, actually. Hey,
My
man,
boy.
hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Spent a lot of time talking about Caleb Williams here, who yesterday 20 for 34. Get that percentage up. 280 yards, 8.2 yards per pass there. 3 touchdowns on the day. Also had a receiving touchdown yesterday. 5 rushes for 53 yards. 2 receptions for 22 yards. Ladies and gentlemen, that's called a football player.
Mm-hmm.
But we do got to talk about this offense as a whole, Jordan JC.
Yeah.
And while I want to talk about this offense in this game, I want to talk about this offense in the season as well. In the game, though, let's focus on the name, the one name, the guy, You know what I'm talking about. A big Manung guy.
Oh, I'm a big Manung guy.
Oh, I'm a big Manung guy. We've been big Manung guys all off season, during the season. And you know what I saw yesterday, Jordan, JC?
What'd you see?
The same thing I see every time he touches the ball. It doesn't matter if he's getting 2 carries, doesn't matter if he's getting 4 carries, doesn't matter if he's getting a half a carry and he like pitches it back. Somehow he still runs somebody over going forward. And I went back and I looked back at one of our offseason videos when talking about, Kyle Manungai and was he going to be a part of this running back competition. And I mentioned his head coach in college. And he said, every time somebody believes this kid won't run somebody over, he runs them over. And I think that's what we saw from him yesterday. 26 carries, 176 yards, 6.8 yards per carry. Now, again, this is versus the Bengals, who are a very, very bad run defense.
Oh, yeah.
But in your first start, he didn't get the touchdown. He should have got that touchdown. Although, credit to Britton Brown getting a touchdown. That was his first actual NFL game.
Oh,
he's been in the league for about 4 or 5 years, something like that. Always been on practice squads. Hasn't actually got NFL snaps.
Yeah, he was
his
nice.
First actual NFL game, 5 carries, 37 yards, 1 touchdown. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
not mad at it. But Jordan, JC, this offense as a whole was clicking on all cylinders. Yesterday was the first day we saw the marrying of the run game and the pass game, and you saw how dominant this offense looked.
You saw how dominant it was, and again, a lot of people need to realize that Ben Johnson's offense, it's predicated off of the run. It's built off of how successful the run is. That back and forth tandem. And without DeAndre Swift, that's what impressed me the most, is that you went to your third string, or your fourth string, I should say, in Britton Brown. And, he did very, very well for when his name was called. 7.4 yards a carry. And then, like you mentioned, that 1 tutty. And, of course, Cal Manungai. I mean, you can't really say too much more. As I already mentioned, that was my player of the game. We've been big Manungai for the entire season. I've done, deep dive on him and what he can bring to the team. And it's coming to fruition. You even love the maturation and how he even speaks in the interview of just, his poise, the confidence that he has, even in the locker room speech. Hey, let's go for our 6th win. This is something that I said I would do when my name was called. You can feel the confidence kind of oozing off of him. And so when Cal Manungai's name is called, and when he's been that guy, he has answered the bell time and time again. And then, of course, going into the receiving game, the one thing I was impressed by, and let me know if you had this on your bingo card, Pat. Caleb Williams had more receiving yards than Rome Odunze today.
I don't know if I was impressed by it, but it did.
I was surprised.
I don't know. I was surprised by it. I was not impressed by it. There's almost one play a game, and I felt in this game there was 2 plays where we go, you got to catch that, Rome. Top 10 picks, catch that, Rome.
It was a couple times.
And listen, the one pass in the end zone, it gets tipped at the line. Maybe that's more on Caleb than anything. Why do passes keep getting tipped? Find a way to get it there consistently. But I mean, it's also it's what Ben Johnson said this offense was going to be. It's going to be, if it's your day, it's your day. Sometimes it ain't going to be your day. We're going to try to win.
Yeah. And so you got that, you got the for all the people that were saying, oh, Rome Odunze is getting a lot of attention and everybody else is not really getting involved as much. I mean, you got 6 receptions to Colston, you got 4 to DJ, you got 6 to Olamide Zaccheaus, you got 2 from your own quarterback, and you got 1 to Cole and 3 to Kyle Manungai. Like you really spread the ball out and really utilized all of your weapons. And that's what's so fun about this team, is that we have so many skilled players and so much depth at the skill positions that it can look different from week to week, where you didn't have Rome Odunze have a stat, 0 receptions and 0 yards, and we scored the most
biggest offensive day.
The biggest offensive day. And so does that say we can even be even more dangerous? Yeah. Or does that just say, well, Rome and Caleb just didn't connect? Again, the drops are an issue to me. I think he's had a couple of drops now in the past couple of weeks where it's like you gotta reel that in. But for me, again, that's why you don't just key in on one person. You have your running backs, you have your other receivers, you have your other go-to guys that you can rely on. And Ben Johnson, he called a really good game this week, where the ball was just again being spread over collectively.
Yeah, and listen, if you're, I think that's the biggest thing, right? Like Rome on the season is fine right now. Rome has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns on the year. Right now he has, where's he at yardage wise right now? 473 yards on the year. Maybe you want him a little bit higher. No, I'm sorry, this last year. I'm sorry. Excuse me. No, that's this year, right? Hold on.
Yeah, because he's had 5 for a couple weeks now. Yeah.
473 yards on the season. Maybe you want the yards a heck of a lot higher there, but I also think there's going to be some explosive games where you can get the ball to Rome, and he really pops in that. Just had 114 yards last week. Had a couple of weeks with 30 that put him behind the 8 ball, and you know you're hoping to get those numbers back on track. Here's why I say don't worry about week by week numbers, because that's what I feel like everybody's doing with this offense. And why I say Ben Johnson truly is the best head coaching hire the Chicago Bears have had since Mike Ditka.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And yes, I know I skipped a very important one in there. I said what I said, since Mike Ditka.
Okay.
The Bears still have a lot to improve on. Y'all know this. Right now, they have the 3rd best rushing attack in football, 1,155 yards. Right now, their total yards per game is the 3rd best in the NFL, 378 yards, 378.4 yards. So don't miss the point. Right now, they are the 6th best scoring offense in the NFL, 26.9 points per game. Right now, they are 7th in total yards, 3,027 total yards. And as I said earlier, they are 10th in passing yards, 1,872 passing yards. Chicago Bears are a top 10 offense. An offense last season that we thought was putrid. An offense last season that we thought there was no way on God's green earth you could just add a couple of pieces and figure this out. I said when Ben Johnson got here, if this team was going to be the right hire, or had made the right hire, that you would know right away. This feels like Kyle Shanahan. This feels like Sean McVay. This feels like Mac Daniels, not Mick Daniels, Mac Daniels. Got to make sure you get the right coach on that. Because Mac Daniels out there balling. Mick Daniels, that Dolphins kind of sucks.
A little weak.
This feels like the guys that have the answers to the test, and you just got to make the right move. Oh, and not only that, he's made multiple decisions as a head coach that have already helped you win games. Yesterday, the decision when they're driving down to go timeout in that moment, let's take a timeout here. Let's stop the clock. They're probably going to score because the defense hasn't stopped anybody all day. Okay. Boom. They go in, score. Now I got 50 seconds for my young quarterback to work with. A young quarterback who is the 2nd best in the NFL in 4th quarter game-winning drives over the last couple seasons. A quarterback who in the clutch consistently puts us in a position to be successful. I'm okay with that. Giving his guy time, making plays and making calls that are game-changing calls. That challenge flag versus the Saints 2 weeks ago. That changes the game. I can't even remember a single coaching decision that Matt Eberflus made that helped us win a game. A single coaching decision.
Nah.
Bears fans, not only do I think you got your quarterback, I think you got your guy at the helm too. And marrying that together is a match made in heaven. Is it perfect right now? No, it's not. And you're still third in the NFL in rushing, third in the NFL in yards per games, sixth in points per games, seventh in total yards, 10th in passing offense. You need the defense to improve? Yes, you do. There's also a lot of people dead on that defense, but
that's true.
It's
still gotta get
not
better.
it's not perfect.
Mm-mm.
And you're 5-3. That's when you know you got the right guy.
You know you got the right guys. The quarterback head coach connection is really more important than a lot of people want to give it credit for, because that's the start of what could be a dynasty for an organization. You know, you think about obviously the Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes with Andy Reid. You know, that pairing went far and is still doing things, special things. That's what you potentially have here with a very genius offensive-minded head coach and a quarterback that is obviously willing to learn, willing to get better, is humble enough to take the advice of the head coach. He's not in over his head, and he's making the adjustments. He's learning on the fly, and he's maturing. Ben Johnson said as much, and I even go back to the game where we thought he was honestly piss poor. I believe it was the previous game that we lost. Ben Johnson said he actually looked better when he went back to the all-22 than what he supposedly looked on film when people were watching the game. And so
he looked okay. His decision making in like very critical moments lost you the game.
It lost you the game.
Yeah.
But again, you see the growth from that from week to week. You see what he usually does in those clutch moments. Again, he answered the bell this time. He got you the win. He was the sole reason why you were in a position to win multiple times this game with the amount of scoring they had. And so that head coaching and quarterback connection is so important. We have that. And I think year after year going forward, when you build off of, obviously Ben Johnson probably doesn't have all of the type of players that he wants, whether it's on offense, or Dennis Allen doesn't have all of the guys that he wants, you know, prototypically on his defense. And so this team is going to continue to look more and more different. And might I say, even more and more better. But this is the start of what could be something special. And again, we're winning while we're growing. That is the most important thing here. We are still putting W's in the column week to week while we're maturing, while we're evolving, while we're growing, while Caleb is continuously being criticized. We are winning. That is the most important stat. You could care less if Caleb throws 100 yards and 1 interception, but they win by 10. Yes, you want it to look better. Yes, you want him to have the glorious stats. You want him to be an MVP candidate and be MVP caliber. Those things I think will come. Let's start off by winning and continuing to learn. And that's what I think you have here with these two guys.
Yeah, listen, I love what we're seeing. We got to talk about this trade deadline. I do want to get to some of you guys super chats before we move on with this. Said I need these boys to make a few trades. By the way, that was Charles Nolan. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Before tomorrow. Yeah, listen, we're going to talk about that here in a second. Seems like they might actually be doing that. DJ Moore was an offensive Swiss Army knife yesterday. That was from Intel Convo. Yeah. Shout out to the super chat. Shout out to you guys supporting monetarily like that. Charles Nolan again says, shout out to CGJ staying cool and not beating the brakes off Charlie. Yeah, listen, that was
brakes off of who?
Off of Charlie.
The returner?
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, I saw
that. Dennis the Chicago Kid said, per Jay Glazer, Hendrickson is available. Intriguing. He is banged up right now. I don't know if you want to trade for him banged up. Maybe you get him cheap though. Or is he banged up?
Yeah. I want to, if I could, Pat, and this is something I'm sorry I overlooked. I just want to throw this into the conversation very briefly. We talked about this in the past. We talked about Caleb's leadership and the maturing and the growing that he needs to get to the next level. One of those things being a vocal leader. There was a play, and I'm not sure if you saw it, you probably did, where he was extremely pissed. He got off the field, and the cameras, there was somebody in his way, but you could clearly see that Caleb was shaking on the sideline. There was some body language there. There was something that really threw him off. I don't know if he was pissed at his offensive linemen not doing their job, because I believe that was right after a sack he took when he was trying to scan the field and extend the play. but he came off the field and he clearly was being vocal about something. As much as I know Ben Johnson talks about good body language, I love that I saw that. I love that there was a moment where it seemed as if he spoke up and said whatever he needed to say, either to the coaching staff or to a player. I want to see more of that as we go along in the process of making him our guy. And so I just wanted to throw that in there as we move forward.
Yeah, 100%. That's called leadership. That's called leadership. I know, right? When you're losing and you see somebody yelling on the sideline, it's they're into it. They got issues. And when you're winning and you see somebody yelling on the sideline, it's look at the fire in this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that it's kind of a situation of maybe a little bit of both, but that's what happens on a football sideline. That's what happens in competition. You yell at each other, you get it together, you figure it out, you move past it, and you go out there and ball.
Yeah,
and that's this team continued to do. Who's this one from? I'm trying to see the names then got cut off because we didn't get to them quick enough because we was having this riveting conversation. So apologies. Joseph with the $10 super chat though, he said my preseason prediction of Monangai being the starter by week 10, not because of injury, is looking good. Well, technically he was the starter on week 9, if we being honest. So I mean, you were right a little bit early.
You might have called it.
And then Achilles with the $20 super chat. Big shout out to him. He said, "It's Chicago." I love that. I love that half of the I love that half the population doesn't know that he's not finishing that off. It's just a bunch of white dudes walking around. Just it's Chicago. No, don't say it. Don't say it. Everybody just looking at him at work like, what was it? What is it now? What is it now? They hate it when we win. Can I get a RIP Jimmy or Don Burr in the chat, whichever y'all prefer?
Jimmy,
we own one today.
Jimmy was on edge when they went up 42-41. He was like, "Oh, I feel much better. I feel much better now that you guys are about to lose." And then when it went to 47-42, he was quiet. He was real quiet. Those Packers lost to the Panteras, La Panteras.
To the La Panteras. The Packers lost to the La Panteras.
Yeah, got nothing to say this week. Crazy.
He'll get over it. That stupid tie is keeping him in first place. It's pissing me off so much.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's pissing me off so much. I hate a tie. I hate a tie. Hey, we love Jimmy. We love Don Burr here. We love to trash talk back and forth. But F y'all today. Your moms. But no, man, listen, I think that right now the conversation that needs to be had, because listen, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows yesterday, right? We get a game-winning drive from Caleb Williams because your defense gave up 2 touchdowns in basically 50 seconds.
Insane.
That's not good. It's not good.
Soft coverage.
Like, that's
very soft coverage.
It was a bad day defensively, completely. I actually, surprisingly enough, I actually thought Montez Sweat played pretty well.
Yeah, he had another game. Yeah.
I thought you saw a flash from Austin Booker there. Maybe there's something in that combination. Dio Dangbo, who ended up getting banged up in that game. Kind of another game where he didn't show you a ton.
One tackle.
I would say, it's kind of time. I know he has the sack numbers, but to me, it's kind of time to have the conversation on, has Javon Dexter plateaued out? Is this who he is? Doesn't feel like he's, I'm not going to say it doesn't feel like he's getting better. I'm going to say it feels very similar to what we saw last season.
Yeah.
Right. Which was a solid player, a fine player, not what you hoped you were getting when you passed on Jalen Carter. I would say that Grady Jarrett has created some pressure, probably not enough, but you knew Grady Jarrett wasn't going to be, the same Grady Jarrett that he was in Atlanta. I said, you're hoping for 100% of Grady Jarrett 40% of the time. You haven't been able to get that because Shamar Turner has gone out. Big Bill has kind of been, just the run stuffer. He hasn't had the same pass rush win rate as he was getting last season. You just don't have that interior, and you don't have another edge to be able to bring Dio inside, where he's been able to create some pressures as well. So to me, I think that Grady Jarrett signing hasn't worked out nearly as well. And if we're being honest, overall, it feels like there's there's a need to go out and add to this team, whether it's at the DB room, which, whoo, listen, Nashawn Wright, my boy.
I'm sorry. Nah, he ain't my boy.
Woo.
He ain't my guy no more.
Woo.
That man got cooked.
Woo.
That one interception was just a gimme at the end of the game. He got cooked.
Woo.
You need to take a drink on that one. No, that T. Higgins catch. Oh my Lord. That T. Higgins catch over him. That was insane.
Woo.
Yep. Woo woo.
That was bad.
What are you, Ronnie Woo Woo?
No, that T. Higgins catch was.
That was dangerous. Yeah, he got it.
Look, like there's not much you can do. T. Higgins is amazing. He's one of the best wide receivers in the league. But you know what I mean? It was one of them situations. You know what I mean? So maybe you need to add at that DB room as well.
Yeah.
I think your linebackers you're actually pretty set at. I told y'all in the beginning of the season, I think that we're going to have a tough conversation by the end of this year about possibly paying Tremaine Edmonds again, because he has been awoken in this Dennis Allen defense, and him and TJ Edwards together is a tandem that I'm not ready to see let go. Noah Sewell still has a lot to learn, and you're trying to figure Ruben Hippolyte doesn't exist on the field. So
Man, yeah.
didn't even play yesterday. Inactive.
Healthy
Not all
scratch,
hits. It was
yeah.
a great draft day. It was a great day for the draft. It was a great day for the draft. 7th round pick,
Draft.
first round pick.
Beautiful draft.
We didn't even talk a ton about Colston Loveland either, who made the biggest catch. I guess in theory we talked about him, but balled out yesterday as well. But to me, if you're going to go out and get anything, the fact that yesterday, yet again, versus a Bengals offensive line that is bad. Bad. With a capital bad.
Oh, goat there. Okay.
They're the goats of garbage. That's what they are.
The goats of garbage.
They're the goats of garbage. They are horrible. You let Joe Flacco sit back there and pick you apart.
Had his best game
Now,
of his year.
Flacco gets rid of the ball a lot quicker than Burrow.
Yes, he does.
Because he is, he's not one to stand in there and take the hits. He I take a hit, I might die. But you can't go out there and get any pressure on Flacco. I get it. I think they finished with 3 sacks on the day, but
yeah, it was 3.
He countered with 474 yards.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, come on now.
And how many touchdowns? 4?
4. 2 and 0.
470 yards.
4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
It was 121 yards for T. Higgins, 111 yards for Jamar Chase, 75 yards for Chase Brown. It was a bad day, and to me, there's no place you can look other than, and I think somebody said it earlier about the Trey Hendrickson comment there, other than pressure. Chris Newman, welcome to the Super Fans, man. Appreciate you for showing love.
Shout out, Chris. Appreciate you, man.
But there's nowhere else you need to be looking than defensive line. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I don't think that this is a name that is just a 1-year rental, because I don't listen. When you go to the Bears aren't going to the playoffs. I'm sorry, they're not going to the Super Bowl. They just not. They're not going to the Super Bowl. So I'm not making Super Bowl gambles.
Maybe they might.
I'm not making Super Bowl gambles. Not with this defense. I'm not making Super Bowl gambles.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I can't.
But a name like Bradley Chubb on a Miami defense that is clearly selling, as they've already traded off Julian Phillips for a 3rd-round pick.
Bradley Chubb, huh?
Name like Bradley Chubb, I'd be intrigued by. And I don't think it would cost you the world to go get him.
What is Bradley Chubb's stats? Because so to me, I feel like that's just another name that you're putting in the pile of names of guys that you kind of already have that have that same level of production. Is Bradley Chubb actually living up to the potential that he was supposed to have coming out of college?
I think Bradley Chubb is in Miami, and that's kind of the situation where you're. But Bradley Chubb this year, 4 sacks. He's played in 9 games. Not enough sacks. I think that
more than anybody.
I think that Miami team has pretty much given up completely last year. 2 years ago, when he was there. Remember, he had the ACL last year, and he's bouncing back from that. 2 years ago, 11 sacks for Bradley Chubb, who and maybe here's the thing, maybe Bradley Chubb is, just a little bit better Montez Sweat. But I would rather be having a conversation about making a move for a guy like that. If you want to improve this pass rush this year, then this year and the next couple of years, than what you have right now. Because listen, Dio Dangbo's not good enough.
No, he's not.
He's not good enough.
No, he's not.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. That's really the only move I would look to see the Bears make. I said this earlier. I don't want to see the Bears really make moves. I don't want to see the Bears make moves because to me, you've got more questions about who's a part of the future of this team than you've got answers. Now, if you're going to be aggressive, Jay Glazer says the Bears are going to be aggressive. That means that we got to talk about some of the people that are out there. But if it were me, I would stand pat and just just try and get through this season, figure some things out defensively, and try and get guys all playing on the same level. See what you got in Austin Booker. You mentioned that name.
There you go.
I would rather see that than see you just going out and trading for pieces. Not to say you don't want to improve this team. You're a 5-3 team. You have to try and improve. You have to try and go as far as you can in the playoffs. But I don't think that you make team-altering move. I don't want to see a first or a second-round pick moved unless it's a Montez Sweat, unless it's a Max Crosby. You do stuff like that.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm sitting back. Let me shut my mouth and that was about to be crazy. I mean, but that's kind of that.
No, I agree with that. I think that if you're talking about being aggressive before the trade deadline passes, what does that look like? Because if we're having to give up draft picks, yeah, you're right. I'm with you. I don't want to give up a first or a second unless there's a known name that is clearly going to be a game changer. And Las Vegas already said that they're not really putting Max on the market. I don't think Max wants to leave. Oddly enough, I don't know why he wants to stay there and be a part of a
King
rebuild.
of Vegas. It's literally just Max Crosby and Asia Wilson.
Look, I don't understand it. But if there's any way you can try to pry him loose from there, then yeah, go for it. Outside of that, like you said, a hobble Trey Hendrickson, Bradley Chubb, he doesn't really interest me. I'm going to be completely honest with you with that. I'd rather stand pat, as you said, if we're going to go that route. I do believe that the two positions that are needed are on defense, and that is either the interior or the exterior of the line, the edge or the defensive tackle, or you need another guy in the secondary. Again, we talked about Nahshon. Nahshon has his moments, but he can get taken advantage of a lot.
He can't go step for step down the field with guys.
No, and honestly, as much as I've given credit to Tariq had another bad game.
Tariq got cooked by names that weren't T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
And that's what I'm saying. When you have a certain caliber of receiver that you're going up against, that's when you can kind of see some of the exposure of our secondary and why they're second stringers or, not necessarily starters all the time, or they're not your number one cornerbacks, which is why we're craving for, Jalen to come back and their Kylers and stuff. So for me, I think you have to either buy or go for a secondary or a defensive end. And if you're not doing either one, then like you said, let's see what Austin Booker has. Let's see if you can add on or build off of the game that you had, this past week, and try to just play better press coverage, because I feel like the cornerbacks were playing way too far off the receivers, especially during that pivotal fourth quarter when you gave up 15 points in 40 seconds.
JC, you ain't got no choice.
But at least try push him. Like Tariq is better at press.
You can't press. You can't press when they're blowing past you, and you can't run step for step with them.
I would rather Tariq play press because he's better at that. Push him off and then try to stay in front of him. Like you
can't push off T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and stay in front of him. That's not gonna happen.
Hey man,
you gotta know who the player is, bro. You can't.
Man, look, kick him in the leg or something. Do what you gotta do. All right, get dirty. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, poke him in his eye or something. Good. God.
That was the part that was funny to me yesterday. Everybody was losing their mind kind of on that same day. Like, why aren't you playing up close? I was like, it's Jamar Chase. He will be behind you. You can't play up. There is no play up.
I guess it's dang if you do, dang if you don't.
Yeah, listen, and with what you have right now, you have to call the game based on what the team is doing that day. We've seen the defense have better days than this. Be honest with you, we've never seen the defense have a day this bad this year.
Yeah.
But I do think the questions have always been there. You know what I mean? The questions on pressure being there consistently have consistently been there this season. The two games that we saw it were versus the Saints, versus the Commanders. They did get a ton of pressure versus the Commanders. So, that's kind of a good thing to see. But you haven't seen this Bears team over the course of the season get a ton of pressure in the face of defenders. And so to me, D-line is the biggest addition that you could make, because yes, going out and getting a guy like Tyler Woolen or, adding to that DB room, I'm not saying it's not needed. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter if quarterbacks get to stand back there all day and make their decisions. It doesn't matter unless you got Prime Dion and Revis Island if you give the DBs where they have to cover all day. Joe Flacco was back there patting that ball to death, boy. Man, hey, baby, how you doing? Good to see you. Wow.
Acted like it's a baby.
Yeah, man. Let me burp this baby real quick. Oh, there it is. Wow. I don't know what's worse, the fact that I burped a football or that I threw a baby.
Pat's a dad. We'll go with it for him.
Yeah, I burped the football. But no, it's just, to me, like, this is an opportunity to add, but I wouldn't gamble everything away. And listen, when I hear aggressive to me mean big name.
That's what I'm thinking.
Aggressive to me means you're trying to bring in somebody who's a game changer.
Yeah. Who's out there?
I mean, there's only the big names. I mean, Miles, Max, Trey.
Ooh, Miles. I didn't think about Miles.
Dog, what you would have to give up for Miles at this point, and how you would. I mean, one, you would have to trade probably Montez Sweat.
Goodbye.
I mean, I'm here for it. Probably. Bro, you might have to trade DJ Moore too. Like, you got to make that money. Where it's $40 million.
Yeah, okay.
Now, contract restructures, we know how stuff like that goes. Excuse me, but you just paid Dio. It ain't good, but you just paid him. Yeah. You can't just magically make that money appear. So Miles is a pipe dream. And listen, I there's a part of me that wants him to rot in Cleveland for sitting there whining about it. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, if you sat there and you were like, oh, I got to trade DJ Moore and Montez Sweat for Myles Garrett, I would do it. I'd give up a lot for Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'd trade JC for Myles Garrett.
Hey, wait a minute.
I love you, but you know what I mean?
I'm an important part
I don't see a world where that works. And if Ryan Poles finds a world where that works, well, he's King Poles again. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a lot of reasons to have beef with him right now.
He's good at restructuring contracts.
I got a lot of beef with him right now, but whew, that's
we'll see.
A Dio Dangbo contract is bad.
Yeah.
But hey, man, we'll see what the Bears end up doing here at the deadline. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let us know what trades you would like to make to this, or I should say, at this trade deadline. Trade deadline is tomorrow at 4. I'll actually be live on Bleacher Report leading up to the trade deadline. So hopefully, we'll see what moves the Chicago Bears do actually make. Me and Hayes will be live over on Bleacher Report to tap in with us on that. As always, man, for Jordan JC, it is your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. The Chicago Bears 5-3. Don't let the haters bring you down today.
Not at all.
If you got a hater in your vicinity,
The best show
slap
for
him.
Chicago
Bye,
sports.
hater.
Peace.
I have a Dangbo, 3 years, $48 million. I just wanted to make sure that it's $13.5 million. I would definitely get rid of.
I would trade Dio and Montez to bring in Myles.
Jesus, man.
Trade
13
Dio,
and a half
Montez,
million.
and Grady J. Just have Myles Garrett rush alone. Just have him rush by himself.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Jesus.
Myles Garrett went 1 on 5 and got a sack.
You got to say.
Julian Phillips traded to the Eagles. The Eagles continue to just create edge depth.
Yeah, they got Jair Alexander, too, from the
Yeah,
Ravens.
that's gross. But they might fix him.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yeah, they might actually do something with that.
Felix
They'll find a way.
Alexander and Michael Carter. 3 names they've added.